How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. We're going to continue this. We're going to hope that we're going to be able to do this today. I want to have a conversation. I think that this is very important. And not for nothing, I don't think this is just very important for the black community that we have this conversation. But I think that this is also something that us as black people need to speak with our Caucasian brothers and sisters. And all races need to have this conversation, because when you understand what's actually going on, you'll realize that not just us as black people, but basically every race, all of us Americans, to a degree, we have our own programming that they want us to adhere to. Might I say, give me 1 second, I'm gonna wipe something up for my camera. Okay, so grabs this over here, like this, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a whole bunch of other things. We're gonna wipe this shit off. I got a smudge on the phone. I just want to wipe off. Y'all give me 1 second. I want to apologize about that. There we go. All right, so I think this is a very important topic. We really need to have this discussion. I don't really see many people having it, not in our community. I see other communities having it. I thought that, since no one in our community was having it, I thought that this would be a good opportunity to have it, being as what just happened in Boston. So I want to explain something to y'all real quick. What the 1 second. Apologize. I got to make sure I read the title. Roll call at the 5-minute mark. What the fuck, yo? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Give me 1 second. It's actually called the white replacement theory. I call it the white replacement lie. I think most people that have my position also call it the white replacement lie. I want to talk about Buffalo, New York specifically. And I actually heard that there was an alert in Baltimore also. They actually had a scare apparently, where I think it was Baltimore. It was some city. I just believe it to be Baltimore at this moment, where they said that there was a scare where they believed that there might be a shooting there, and they had put some different areas and different locations on alert. You know what I'm saying? They were saying to be careful of. But before we get to the 5-minute mark, at the 5-minute mark, we're gonna do roll call. I want to say something. We've been talking, and we're going to talk about Young Thug tonight. We're definitely talking about Young Thug, YSL, and the stuff that's going on in Atlanta. I want to say something real quick while we're still doing the monologue. And I shortened the monologue up. Remember, I used to stretch it out to 10 minutes, and I dropped it down to 5. I want to say something real quick while we're still doing the monologue. This whole Amber Heard situation, right? The whole entire situation. I lie to you not. If it's not obvious that you cannot believe anything that comes out of her mouth, I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to say something real quick, and then we're going to get to the topic. We're going to do roll call. All of Johnny Depp's exes, none of them say that he was violent towards them. He's actually pretty calm and mellow. All of Amber Heard's exes says that she's violent. And one of them actually had to call the police on her. I don't know if it was more than once, but at least once. That was the girlfriend. Give me 1 second, I'll come right back. And then we're going to do roll. Oh yeah, Amber Heard had a girlfriend. I believe right before Johnny Depp, they actually, I guess, look like, I don't know, they look like they matched. You know, that's how I usually look at couples. I look to see if they look like they, look like they would have been going together. It looked like they matched, so I don't know what to tell you. She never looked like she matched with Depp to me. It's just their energy didn't seem appropriate neither. Shout out to Jay Hodges. He said, hit the like button on the way in. Please hit the like button, you guys. We need all of the likes hit. We got almost 40 people in here with 7 likes. If we can get those likes up to about 15, we could do some numbers, you rat bastards. What we do is we got a bid. Jay Hodges says, salute BBN fam at Jack Rose. K Emmanuel says, what up, Jack? Salute. You already know what it is. I got them braids today. Yo! Yo, I can show them your picture. Yo, KC, can I show them your picture? I want to show y'all this picture. KC got some braids done. Y'all gotta go follow KC on Instagram. If you haven't followed KC on Instagram, follow KC on Instagram. He got some posts. Go in there, say some nice things. All of y'all should be following each other on Instagram and saying nice things under y'all pictures, by the way. How are you not doing this? Tag BBN Network. Say nice things under people's pictures. Jack sent me. Be like, yo, that fit is fire. Jack sent me. Then drop some frost. And then hashtag BBN and get the heck up out of there. Shout out to Deshaun Watson. He says salute. He's doing the muskers and the apes. Jay Hodges drops a cash app. Shout out to Steve Corey. He says good evening. And good evening to you, my fine sir. KC says ask the chat if the braids look cool. Copy. I wanted to make sure I could be able to put your picture up. I just don't want to put people's picture up without their authorization. And shout out to K Goddess. Okay. 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 Shout out to K Goddess. Doing all of the things. I was going to Instagram to show you something real quick. Check out this Emmanuel look. We getting right to the show, y'all. Check, yeah, we still with inside of the 10 minutes, so we can still bullshit for a second. Check out Emmanuel's. Look at Emmanuel over here. He's doing all of the things. He said, yo, Jake. He said, yo, Jake. Actually, I just saw him in the feed because I follow him, and then I saw his braids. I was like, yo, this shit's look lit. They go Emmanuel right there with his braids. I'm sorry the picture's a little blurry. They look lit. Whoever did those for you. Yeah, whoever did those for you, let's go. They look lit. Shout out to Emmanuel. That's Emmanuel right there. He's like, this is me with my brick wall. We've been dating 6 months. Shout out to him in that brick wall. Are y'all gonna, I'm just saying, where are y'all planning on in no vacation in this summer? Anyway, shout out to Emmanuel. Braids, keep them in. I used to have braids down to like my shoulders, for real. You know, when you pull them down to like my shoulders, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like they used to just hang by themselves about that low. And shit, I used to be able to pull them down and shit. Shout out to that shit. Let's get to the show. All right, so for everybody that don't know, the replacement lie is basically so there's a belief amongst especially white supremacists that people are trying to replace them. Now, with that being said, that has roots also in the whole they trying to take our gerbs. That has roots in that. You understand what I'm saying? So there is a belief amongst a Caucasian demographic that right now America is trying to replace them, the Democrats specifically, with foreigners from other countries to bring them in, so there's less white people, and they can and they will be the minority in the country rather than the majority. And so that's one of the reasons why these individuals are saying that they're going and they're shooting up these locations. Now, first I want to say this. They're idiots. They're idiots for multiple different reasons. One, the Democrats bringing in Asians, the Asians are going to vote with the Caucasian people. So what are you talking about? Most of the people that you're going to bring in from other countries is going to vote with the Caucasian vote. They're going to vote Republican, most of the people that come from other countries. Right? You're telling me, understand my logic. You're trying to tell me you have a person that's coming from a country where maybe the government is in their business too much. That's literally what the Republicans are about. Too much government. There's too much government, less government. That's one. Two, who do you think when the Asians or Chinese people come over here, I'm saying Chinese people specifically, when they come over here, who do you think they're gonna how do you say relate to better? There isn't even black people in China. I mean, I'm assuming there is. I'm not gonna say that. But you ever seen the black people when they walk through China sometime, and the Chinese people looking at them like they can't even believe that this is a real thing that they're seeing with their own two eyes? So now they're coming to America. What do you think the majority of them is gonna vote? So that's a whole nother conversation, though. That's a whole nother conversation that we can have for a different day. That would be better off suited if I actually had somebody that I could have the discussion with. Maybe 2 or 3 people that I could have the discussion with. It will be much more suited for that. So you have the situation that just happened in Buffalo. I want to explain something to you. That dude was moving under the understanding of that doctrine. And you want to know why these guys are stupid? Black people are already the lowest minority, like the lowest number of people. You're not going to make the white number more powerful by getting rid of... Do you understand what I'm saying? They should be more concerned with the Latino voters. But I don't want them shooting anybody up. I'm just explaining why even the logic is flawed. I'm going to read some comments. Sam Cook said, there you go, Mr. Cook. KC says, yeah, actually check the braids. I showed them. They like them. Yeah, the braids is lit, man. Shout out to Sons of Father TV. Says, yeah, my brother, what you doing? Said them pics is fire. I didn't take the pics. K Goddess and her people took the pics. The pics are fire. I obviously put our BBN on one of the pics. Shout out to the Art of D Glass. This is good evening, family. Floor salute. G Hodges said hit the like is free. In general, I'm gonna explain to y'all my best way of trying to explain to y'all what the whole replacement theory thing is, the whole replacement lie, so you could just be more informed. But the majority of this show is gonna most likely be about Young Thug and about other topics. So pardon me. Feel free to put any topics in the conversation because of that. But I do want to talk about all of these mass shootings. And I want to say something real quick. Why do these things always happen whenever we're about to go into an election? Whenever there's about to be some kind of election, why is there always attacks on black people? Nobody think that this shit might seem a little orchestrated? I'm just asking. For myself, I don't even got a friend. I'm just asking. Why every time there's about to be an election, black people getting shot up by somebody? Are they trying to galvanize our vote? I'm asking. Are they trying to galvanize our vote? I'm going to say this right now. Before I call this drop. I'm going to call this drop. I'm giving 5 minutes. Do y'all want to do Saloon tonight? I'm just asking. I'm going to give it 5 minutes, and I'm going to give it a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to call the drop. I'm not saying do a drop and say yeah. I'm saying let me know in the chat, is this a good day that y'all might want to do the Saloon, since our topics is kind of thin. It's not a heavy topic. It's kind of a thin topic, so we have the opportunity to talk about a lot of different things inside of the discussion. So I'm saying this will be a perfect day if you wanted to. I'll give it a minute, then I'm going to call that drop. And I really want to talk about Young Thug and YSL today. I just didn't want to put them on the thumbnail. I didn't want it to be a YSL-centric conversation. I wanted this conversation to have a certain title for a reason. Copy? I wanted to have a certain title for a reason. With that being said, I want to know something. And I want to know what y'all guys think about this, just in general. Every time we're about to have some kind of elections, black people, when is our next elections? Big elections. When's our next big elections? Copy. When's our next big elections? Why is black people always getting attacked when it's coming up to our big elections? Somebody explain this to me. Are they trying to galvanize our vote? Are they trying to put us into a mass hysteria? Are they trying to make us more susceptible to suggestion? No, that's for the presidency. This is 2022. We have elections this year too. We vote for the president every 4 years, but we have every 2 years we have different elections. Dude, have you been voting? Yo, you been voting? I'm gonna call these drops real quick. Have you been voting? I'm curious. This is not jokes. I'm really curious. Like, what the heck? No, I have not. Oh, man. I should have read that in the voice I was reading it in. I should have read that in the voice I was reading it in. That's right, man. This is a political conversation today, fellas. Okay, I don't know about any of that, and don't come into my conversation and try to change it. You could have came in here and said, yo, you know that something happened in your area? Oh, no, you didn't come in here to be friendly. You came in here to be aggressive. So I kicked you. How about that? Oh, yeah, I kick toxicity. If you come in here to be toxic with me, I'm kicking you. If you come in, it's just, no, it's not hooch. If you come in here and you really trying to, I don't care. But if you come in here just to be crazy with it. Yo, everybody wish Drop Kill a speedy recovery. Drop Kill recently hurt his arm. I don't know how you did it. But let's wish Drop Kill a speedy recovery. You said 654. What the hell is 654? That is not hooch. I'm not drinking hooch. They trying to sway the voting. Best believe that folks didn't even know there was elected officials are in their own city. This guy didn't even know elections happen more than once every 4 years. Well, this topic is also for the people who might wanna, be just a little bit more informed. You might want to vote. You might not want to vote, but you might want to be in a conversation. You might want to be in a conversation. Stick to the topic. I need a co-host. You don't understand how much I need a co-host. I really want a co-host. So, listen, pay attention. I'm sticking to the topic. Thank you. Listen and pay attention. A co-host, or if I had a producer in my ear, that'd be helpful too. Listen and pay attention. They had a shooting. Let me make sure I don't have any thing on in the stove. Real quick. I don't know why I'm thinking that right now. I think my OCD fucking with me. Alright, listen, pay attention. Listen and pay attention. They had a shooting in Boston. They had another shooting in California, and then there was a warning of a shooting in Baltimore. What do all of these things have in common? The one in California was at a church, by the way. Supermarket, church, and then random locations. Democratic ran states. Boom. Wait, Democrats are running Boston again? I didn't even think that. I was thinking Baltimore. It was an area that is a black area. Obviously, it's Baltimore. They went to Buffalo. It was, pardon me. They went to the black area of Buffalo, and if you know anything about Buffalo, as far as I hear, everybody in Buffalo is like this, like black people and white people, like the racism thing. I don't know. I mean, there's racism everywhere, but you understand what I'm saying? Like that's not a big thing. Like niggas party together and everything. No, there was an alert that went out. I saw it on Instagram. Somebody was, I don't know if they was bullshitting or what, but there was allegedly an alert that went out. But they was just telling people to be careful. So there might not even have been anybody that's a shooter. They might have just been testing how they could create hysteria. My dude, you have a bomb go off in this building. You have a bomb go off in that building. And then you hear, yo, there's somebody sent a letter. They said a bomb going to go off in that building. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to believe a bomb is going to go off in that building. Check this out. Have any of you seen, listen and pay attention. Have any of you seen, for anybody that think I don't know what I'm talking about, has any of you seen Die Hard 3? That's the Die Hard with Samuel L. Jackson in it, right? You saw Die Hard 3, right? Remember the last bomb was a dud? Because they didn't believe in blowing up children. Remember the last bomb that was supposed to be in the school was a dud? But they believed it was going to be a bomb. Why did they believe it was going to be a bomb? Because those dudes already blew up 2 spots. I'm talking about Buffalo. It's Buffalo, not Boston. Because they already had blew up a train, or blew up the train, and they also blew up, what's the other shit they blew up? They blew up like 2 or 3 things. The train, the bank, they blew every damn thing up. So when they said they was going to blow up the school, niggas evacuated all the schools. They was like, these dudes is about that business. Shout out to Shakim. These dudes is about that business. They evacuated all the damn schools. This is a fact in the movie. It's a movie, but it's the same premise. You get it? There was an actual shooting over there. And we know that was a white supremacist because he's proud of it. There was another shooting where some people ran into a church. I don't even know the demographic. I don't even know what kind of church it was, but dude ran into the church, shot the church up. Now all you got to do is give a warning. Get it? All you got to do is give a warning now. That's it. The sheer warning is going to create a hysteria. Be careful this summer, y'all. All of y'all be careful this summer. Police shot a dog? What? Could I explain something? Have y'all ever seen me just doing videos about just regular street crime? Like, I don't even cover regular street crime. I don't even cover the regular street crime. When was the last time y'all seen me covering a regular street crime? Dude want me to report on a dog getting shot by the cops. I don't even cover regular street crime. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. If I would have seen it, I would have reported on it. If somebody would have told me about it, I don't speak to nobody. Boom. But if I would have knew about it, I would have spoke on it. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care what you do. Shout out to you. Tyson Garcia said, yes, it's a deflection bomb. He's not fighting with you guys. He's going to steal those guys' subs, and he's fighting with those guys' subs. So I don't care what he do. Do what you want to do. Yeah, go fight with those guys. Y'all both trying to disrespect me, so y'all both fighting over the same pool of people. So yeah, so by doing that, you're going to thin the herd. So yeah, do whatever crazy shit you want to do. I don't care. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking is happening. I didn't do the thing. I forgot. Shout out to John Hodges. Shout out to Jay Hodges. With the $5 drop, Jay Hodges walks into the saloon. As he comes in, the place looks pristine. They said, we need a mayor of the city. They said, what's the name of the city? Our city is called Bloodlust. The saloon is located in the small city, the small town right now. It's not even a town, it's a camp. The small camp of Bloodlust. He walks into the camp. He walks into the saloon. As he looks around, he sees the brand new chandeliers. He sees a lady sweeping the floor. Goes up to the bartender. He says, I want 2 whiskeys. Bartender says, this is $5. I'm going to give you 1. Shout out to Jay Hodges. Getting a whiskey in the saloon. Doing all of the things. Shout out to the Order D Glaze. With the $5 drop, he says, salute, bro. I didn't read the other guy's comment. Order D Glaze comes into the saloon. He has an easel on his back. He has a big painting thing in his hand right here. He has a bag hanging around his neck, and he has like the palette thing for the paintbrush on his hip right here. He comes into the saloon. He looks around. He takes the easel off his back. He puts it up against a pillar. He takes the actual frame, the picture, canvas. He puts the canvas on the easel. He takes the paints out. He puts them on the board thing. He starts painting. About 2-3 minutes later, he looks around the thing like this. He looks back at the painting. He looks around like this. He looks back at the painting. He looks around like this. As he looks around the 3rd time, you can see him looking at the bouncer. He then turns the painting around and shows the bouncer that he just painted the bouncer in about 5 minutes. Perfect paintation. Shout out to the Order D Glass, showing all of his skills. All right, we're gonna get back to the show. Did you notice that? Hold on, listen, pay attention. I'm not coming for Tamika Mallory and my song. I'm not coming for them. But I have to mention them. Did you notice, as they should, Tamika Mallory and my song immediately posted about the Buffalo situation, as they should. Do you notice all the heat that the Black Lives Matter lady is getting right now? They're about to cancel her if she isn't already canceled. Y'all know that, right? The Black Lives Matter lady, they're about to cancel her if she isn't already canceled. They're gonna blame I believe, I just think they are. They're gonna blame Black Lives Matter, Biden getting into the office, if it keeps going wild, on the influence of Black Lives Matter. That, when they tell the story, it's gonna be her. Watch, I'm telling you. They canceling her right now. As soon as she bought those $1 million homes like she did stupidly, she automatically put herself in a position where they was going to double. You know what she should have did, but she wasn't smart enough to do? She should have just bought a fucking building. You can use almost all of the fucking building for Black Lives Matters offices and shit that can generate money. And you just take a fucking floor and live on one of the fucking floors. You don't have to live in a fucking mansion in California. You can live in a fucking building in New York City. Fuck, Chicago if you want. New York City. DC. That was enough money to buy a building in any which one of those places. In a nice location. Am I wrong? They cancel her. I promise you. If there's anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. Like I told you, this is a thin, it's at the 36-minute mark. I don't plan on talking about this no more unless this is really something y'all want to talk about. Tyson Garcia said every election year that something happened. During C-19, the shooters were in hibernation. Yep. They came back out ready, but Putin took their shine. Yep. Invaded Ukraine, so they waited some months later. I'm going to tell you something else too, and I think you kind of just made me think about this. I think the proliferation of all of the gang violence on the internet is actually done on purpose. And I think that it's being done, and that's actually one of the reasons why. I think it's being done on purpose. I mean, like, yeah, it's out there. But homegirl, people were posting the video where dude was like, saw that it was a white guy and said, I'm sorry. And that video was getting pulled off of Instagram. I be seeing literally people getting killed on Instagram. Literally. I've unfollowed a couple of pages because I've seen some shit like that. Because that's not the type of content I want to take in. I've seen dead bodies up close and personal. That's just not some shit I want to just keep seeing and everything. I got other things I want to look at. What the fuck? So I do think that they're going to use this summer. I'm telling you. Damn. Oh, wow. That might be what they're going to do. Remember I told you there's going to be at least one more big Rico in New York City between now and like June? I believe that even more now. How many months is June? Is only like 1 month away, right? What, we in May? I think there's going to be one more big Rico in New York City before the end of June. Tyson Garcia says she could have bought a couple of building, but nah, she wanted to feel safe and live by white folks. Yeah, she's Black Lives Matter woman, and she said, I want to live with the whiteys. I think I'm gonna stop telling jokes. I didn't know I was gonna laugh at that hard. What the fuck? Oh man. But yeah, she's like, you right, you dead right. Who said that stupid shit? She was like, I'm black power. I'm gonna move in with all the Caucasians. I mean, I don't blame you though. I mean, I would like to live where it's civilized. But I don't care who I'm living with. Like, everywhere I move to ghettos all the time, like where there's usually generally like the hood part of the area. Like I live in a gated community, but I mean I still live in Brooklyn, yo. What the fuck are you talking about over here? So I mean, ain't shit soft. I don't know what to tell you. Ain't shit soft. I don't know what to tell you. So ain't shit soft about where I live around. That's a fact. You can go fuck around over here if you want. Yeah, she could have bought a corporate building. That's a fact. I don't feel comfortable. Like when I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. Like when I come into like the area, I feel way less comfortable than when I'm outside. Like when I'm like I don't know. I feel like, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't go outside, so it don't matter. Let's get back to the. I don't go outside, so it don't matter. Let's get back to the gun. But I feel safe everywhere. I'm just saying more comfortable. Like I always feel like people watching. You know, especially since I'm on the internet now. So I always feel like people. I could be somewhere. Somebody. I'm not gonna say watching. I'm gonna say people might recognize me. Not watching. Nobody's watching me. Only people watching me is the whales. Only people watching me. I need some chicks watching me. Let's go. Let's get back on topic. Yo, put it down in the conversation. Put it down there, whatever y'all want to talk about. We at the 36-minute mark. If you don't know what the 36-minute mark means, the 36-minute mark is generally where I start taking in whatever you guys want to talk about. Like that dude that wanted to talk about the dog that got shot. If he would have waited to the 36-minute mark, I would have had a discussion with him and asked him what was good. But I just started my show and you don't even let me do my show and you start telling me about some shit that don't got nothing to do with my topic. I mean, unless I say, what the fuck? What are you trying to force me to do over here, homeboy? I don't even think there's nobody around here. I just think that there's like a random asshole that is just, why don't you talk about something that's happening on your block? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I cover like celebrity hip hop news mostly. What are you talking about? Why don't you fucking go cover up them zits on your face? How about that? I'm laughing because I'm thinking of a specific person. I'm gonna be quiet though. Let's talk about YSL. Y'all want to talk about some YSL? Who want to talk about Young Thug? Who want to talk about Young Thug? Y'all want to talk about Young Thug? Y'all want to talk about the situation in Atlanta? I had somebody hit me. Oh, do y'all want a BBN Clubhouse? I decided that if y'all really want a BBN Clubhouse, I'll do a BBN Clubhouse. But the thing is this. Literally, the only people who are going to be able to be mods or the people that help me over there is the people that donate over here. Because I have to know that it's somebody that's investing in what we doing. Because how I've been fucking up is I've been bringing people involved in shit that don't have no real investment in what we doing. And they've been fucking shit up and fucking the wheels up and messing things over. So you have to be a person who has been made a financial investment into BBN Network for me to consider having you be one of the people that help me run the page over there. And I 100% need somebody to run the page. Period. They said you could monetize the shit. We'll monetize it and we'll figure out a way to get you guys or whoever's doing the thing the money from the page. I'm not doing it for the money from the page. I'm doing it because this is something that y'all want to do. Whatever money the page make could go to the people that's helping to run the page. I need the page ran. Whatever money it makes, up until it start getting extra crazy, you guys can have that. I just need somebody to run the page. Copy? So I'm looking for some people, and it's only going to be individuals that financially are invested in this particular platform. because I'm not letting people get involved in it no more that's not financially invested in this platform, because that's how I think I'm fucking up. See, Jack, we can't speak about these racism. Explain. I don't know what you mean, Samuel Avila. Because they want that to upbring. Okay, you need to, can you rewrite those sentences real quick? I'm going to give you a minute. I'm going to call this drop real quick. Rewrite that sentence so it makes some sense. Maybe you wrote it in Spanish and then it just didn't translate. I don't know. I'm not trying to tell jokes. It was not meant to be a joke. God damn it, man. I'm tired of laughing. And I'm tired of allergy season. And I might need to get some Mucinex or some shit. The fuck? I'm tired of laughing when I don't want to laugh though. That's what's happening. I'm laughing when I'm not prepared to laugh, and I'm catching myself off guard. So I'm laughing. That's what happened. Anyway, rewrite that real quick. I'm gonna call out this drop, rewrite that, and then we're gonna talk about Young Money after I call out this saloon drop. Shout out to Sebastian T. Sebastian says support, support, support. Who's next? Who's next, you rat bastards? Sebastian pulls up into the saloon. As he walks in, he daps up Arthur D. Glass. He has paint all over his hands now. He walks a little bit further. He daps up Jay Hodges. Then he goes over to the bar. The bar says, daps him up. The bar daps him up. It says, hey, we're very happy that you pulled up. We're always happy to have some regulars around. He gives him 2 drinks. And then he puts 2 more drinks on the side. And then he pours himself a drink. And then he calls over G. Hodges. And he calls over to Arthur D. Glass. And he says, gentlemen, clink! To all of the vaginas in the world. And all of the cocks that smash them. And in reality, he wasn't talking about sex. He was talking about roosters and how sometimes they run up into women's ladies' parts. And he throws back the drinks. Shout out to Sebastian Tompkins buying those guys a drink. What I mean, that want to be known as a legion. Oh, copy. You're writing that in a specific way because you don't want to put for certain phrases because it might cause problems for the channel, especially if I read them. Did I get that correctly? Because I was really paying attention to something else. I think I got that correct, though. Anyway, with that being said, y'all want to talk about YSL right now? Okay, so let's talk about YSL. Listen, pay attention. How long was Casanova locked up before he decided to sign, how long was Casanova locked up before he decided to take their deal? Casanova got locked up in what, November? I think it was November. November, December, right? January, February, March, April, May, right? So it's been about 7 months, right? How long you think Young Thug gonna last? He's not going to trial. How long you think Young Thug gonna last? He's not going to trial. I'm telling you right now, the reason why Casanova just took the deal because they threatened him with the fucking max. Whatever his max is, they threatened him with it. I promise you, they threatened him with life in jail or some shit. And he just, just the numbers, he just couldn't deal with that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the numbers will fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you know they give you 50 years, I'm not going to get out in 50 years. But if they say life, that just feel different. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm guessing that that's why Casanova initially took the deal. Also, one of the things that happen when you go to trial is you might actually fuck people up that ain't even in court. Yeah, 2 times. He got something like 5. No, that was a federal RICO. So that's gonna be 20 or 10 to life. That was a federal RICO. Niggas ain't playing with y'all niggas, man. These niggas ain't playing. These dudes ain't playing. None of this is a game. None of this is a game. They not playing. I wish some of these street dudes would listen to some of the advice that I give. It might be able to keep us from killing each other, first and foremost. I want less of us to die, first and foremost. And also, because that's why I explain how people get caught the way that I do. Because some of y'all are committing crimes that there's no way you're going to get away with. You understand what I'm saying? Why commit a crime that there's no way you can get away with it? He's facing life. You understand? Stop going out there and committing crimes that there's no way you're going to get away with it. When you out there in the street and y'all arguing with each other in a random situation and one of y'all pull out that and blast that shit, that's not a situation. That's not a crime you could get away with. You cannot get away with that crime. When was the last time y'all seen dudes shooting dudes in the street and getting away with it? Nobody getting caught. When was the last time? What? And how many years ago has it been? And I'm talking about New York City specifically. How many years ago has it been where you could shoot a nigga in New York City and get away with it? They got cameras everywhere. When y'all pull them guns out in the middle of the street, start shooting at each other, that's not a crime y'all can get away with. Stop committing crimes you can't get away with. You got people that love y'all. That person you shooting at got somebody that love him too, but you got somebody that love you. Why you committing a crime you can't get away with? Besides the fact you're going to have your phone on you, so they're going to be able to put you at the location. Okay? That's not even me speaking about the cameras. That's not even me speaking about any witnesses. That's not even me speaking about any forensic or anything else. You know what they use to convict you? Motive and opportunity. Your cell phone is going to put you there, period. Do you got an explanation, and what did you see? So these situations y'all getting into when y'all just seeing each other in traffic and you shooting, those aren't even crimes you could get away with. We need to stop committing those. And I'm not saying plan a shootout either. Stop killing each other. Because you're going to see that one person that's going to be like, oh, I hear Jack. You know what? Jack's saying all the right things. We got to stop just randomly shooting each other in the street. You know what? Let's call the ops. See if we can set up something that's sending. And while I'm saying that and you thinking I'm joking, they was doing that in Chicago. In Chicago, they was going on Twitter and all that other shit and setting up dates to shoot at each other. And then they roll up on whatever the street was, and then you just hear the gunfire, and then they speed off, and everybody laughing. I mean, I didn't mean to get stuck on that particular point. I just wanted to say that. We got to stop committing crimes. This summer is going to be bananas. In America. They're coming for all of y'all. They're coming for all violent gangs. What did I tell y'all when I... Okay, I'm sorry about this. This is one of those... I know people hate when I say I told y'all something. I know people hate that. Okay? I think people hate it more because I do it so often. But the fact that I do it so often should be the proof that I'm constantly telling y'all what's going to happen before it happens. So with that being said, do you remember when I told y'all This is before they legalized weed in America. Before they legalized weed in New York City and a couple of other places. This was like 2-3 years ago. I said, yo, they legalized it somewhere. They passed the thing. And I said, yo, I don't know how long ago. It could have been a year and a half ago or whatever. I said, yo, they about to put all y'all gang niggas in jail. I said, because once they legalize weed nationally, police aren't going to be able to use that reason to stop you. They're not going to be able to use the reason, I smell marijuana on them, that's why I hooked them up with the cuffs. You know how many crimes get stopped? I'm not talking about the people that get harassed, like yours truly, but you know how many actual crimes get stopped? Because police use that bullshit ass reason to stop a nigga? A lot of actual crimes get stopped. So what I'm saying is, they don't have one of the main mechanisms that they've been using to do their investigations on the spot. So that's going to mean that there's going to be less people in the prisons because there's going to be less people getting arrested. Our prisons don't got a lot of people in them because there's a lot of people committing crimes. Our prisons have a lot of people in it because there's a lot of people getting convicted of crimes, whether they committed them or not. Know the difference. Anyway. Yes, the killing of bystanders is terrible, but they obviously don't care about bystanders. So me talking about don't shoot the block up because you're gonna kill bystanders, if they cared about that, I wouldn't have to tell them don't shoot the block up. They already think about they're gonna kill bystanders, but you know what they do care about? Whether they're gonna get away with the crime or not. So that's what I focused on, if that makes sense. Alright? So that's why I talked about it the way that I talk about it. When we talk to these kids, we have to talk to them in a language they understand, man. Y'all don't remember when y'all was kids? And you had people coming and talking to you in a way that it wasn't conducive with the way that you understand? We all learn different. You understand what I'm saying? So we gotta talk to them in a way that we can't stand up here when we talk to them. We gotta come here when we talk to them. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that that's the problem with a lot of these old heads. When y'all be talking to the youth, they want to talk to the youth like they up here and the youth is down here. Nah, we're gonna talk to you like this. We're gonna talk to you like you the man you're supposed to turn into. You understand? Talk to them like that. Talk to them like they already the man they supposed to turn into. You understand what I'm saying? Stop talking to them like they children. Stop treating them like they little kids. Treat them like the man they supposed to turn into. So that's how we're supposed to talk to them. You understand what I'm saying? At least that's the way I look at it. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. We on Young Thug yet? I'm gonna say this about Young Thug. I already asked y'all. How long do you think before he takes the deal? How long before you think Young Thug takes the deal? He's not going to trial, man. I promise you his lawyer don't want to go to trial. I promise you. His lawyer don't want trial. He's going to lose. You give him 3 months. I think Casanova took like 7 months. Casanova took something like 7. When did Casanova get arrested? When did Casanova 2 times get arrested? November 11th. Ah, shit. I caught the date right. I don't know. Let me check. It said November 11th. I don't know what the fuck. That's when this article went out. It could have happened on a different day. The superseding indictment was handed out November 8th. So it was in November, and I told y'all. It was in November, I told y'all. Right? November, right? Oh, well, I got to start at December, though. December, January, so it's 6 months. December, January, March, April, May. It's May now. 5 months, so boom. There you go. December, January, February, March, April, May. I don't know what the fuck I just counted. 6 months. That's like, something's wrong here. So how many months you give how many months I give him? So Sebastian said 30 days tips. I'm only giving this guys 30 days. I'm not giving him more than 30s. He's like, I'm only giving this guys over these 30 days. You can't do more than 30s over these. And remember what kind of situation they have him in. I'm taking And remember what kind of situation they have him in over there. They got the dude in a cell where the light don't go off. All he got is a bed and a toilet. The light don't go off. They got him jacked up, man. He in there right now. He don't know what the hell is going on. Whew. So I have a knee brace on, right? Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm trying to tell you. When y'all women be taking those bras off at night and y'all be having them straps in y'all skin, I feel for y'all so bad now. Yo, did they figure out a way to fix that shit? Like, is there a fabric y'all women could get for them bras, yo? Like, cause that gotta be some bullshit. Like, did they figure that out yet? Cause this shit is terrible. And y'all gotta do that, like, once y'all start getting boobs. That shit, did they figure that out yet? Like, this is I'm not joking. This is a real serious, I'm really being serious right here. Cause this shit is terrible. Y'all niggas y'all have to have this shit all the time. Did they figure that out yet? Did they get a fabric? Oh man, this shit is terrible. I don't know how y'all do it. Every night? Sometimes you just leave your bra on and just wake up with it the next day. Oh man. All right, let's get back to it. I'm sorry. I was hoping that somebody was gonna put. I was telling jokes while I was giving y'all the opportunity to tell me how many months you think it is gonna take for Young Thug to break and take the state's agreement, because he's not going to trial. Do y'all remember when I told y'all Casanova 2 times wasn't going to trial? I literally said if I was his lawyer, I wouldn't go to. I would tell him you can't go to trial because they gonna hit you with life. I told y'all that. Young Thug can't go to trial. He's not gonna win. I promise you, he's not gonna win. He can't go to trial. He's not gonna win. How many months do you think till he takes the state's offer? That's the question. Put it in the chat. Or do you think he just ain't gonna take the offer and you think he's gonna go to the... I didn't say nothing about snitching. They trying to break him quick. They told him they got phone taps. Clap it up to Samuel Avili. You are here today, concert. You are here today. I got it's the brace on. So I took the knee brace. It's not this one. It's still on the bottom of my leg. So I took the knee brace off. But you know when the shit is fucking on my leg and shit. Oh, nah. Oh, okay, yeah. No, yeah. I don't think he's gonna snitch. He can't snitch. Who the fuck is he snitching on? Who's he snitching on? If for him to snitch, he gotta snitch on somebody in another game. Because he gotta snitch on the head of something else. He gotta get them in an investigation. And like, they gotta be like elbow deep in that bitch. In the investigation. They gotta be like elbow deep in the investigation. Just so you know. He gotta get them in an investigation. He gotta get them with some. He gotta get some big dogs on the hook. If he don't do that, he don't. What is he offering? He's offering his underlings. If I was any rapper that did anything with him at all illegal, I'd be concerned. I mean, if I was anyone that did anything with him at all illegal, I'd be concerned. But if I was anyone at all, I'd be concerned as hell. I'd be concerned as hell. For real, for real. First of all, I'm going to explain how these wiretaps go one more time for the people that don't know. What happened was this. The inmates had got a tapped phone. The government, the police, the people that's doing the investigation, the GBI, they go to the judge. They get the judge to sign an order to get a phone tapped. They then go get the phone given to one of the inmates because the inmate bought it off of a CO. That phone is now tapped. When they use that phone to contact someone, that person that they contact is now committing a crime. The fact that they're committing a crime can have their phone tapped because it's an ongoing conspiracy. Now, in addition to that, the person that just got their phone tapped, if they go talk to somebody and say something, they can open up investigations on other people. Do you understand what the problem is? Because whenever you talk to somebody on a tap phone, if you say any, you could potentially get your line tapped also, depending on what they hear. You could potentially get your line tapped, depending on what they hear. So once they said they had his wiretaps, and he was talking, and if I was, oh man, I'd be concerned as shit. That's what I'm trying to say. These dudes, I don't know what to say. Shout out to DJ Bandana Black. Yo, DJ Bandana Black, would you like to call in? Would you like to call in, I was not sticking my middle. I was really just scratching my nose. Would you like to call in, my brother, because of, the situation happened in your city? He said, shout out to the BBN fam from 716. I am Buffalo. Mr. I am Buffalo. He's like, I'm all the Buffaloes at once. I'm even the ones that got hunted down in the prairies by all of those kids, all of them people in plains. Copy. Yo, appreciate you, my brother. Tighten Up said that's a fact. That happened. Shout out to Lex Lucas. Y'all know those rules. Salute. Would love to have a conversation with you about that though. Well, they said, just so we can be clear, what they're saying is that they have something like 50 plus bodies on YSL. What they're gonna say, I'm gonna tell you what the police is gonna say. What they're gonna say is that Young Thug, Gunna, and the other individuals, 3 people, they're the heads of this gang, and these murders, at least a large portion of these murders, was done under the direction of one of these 3 top people. So like I said, they would have to give up such a big, they might not know a shark big enough for them to go home. They don't know any. They might not know anybody big enough for them to go home. but they might know somebody big enough for them to eventually come home. You know, eventually? No, after about 20, 25, they said 50 plus murders, yo. I don't think people understand the okay, so we got a serial killer. The guy kills, how many people did Charles Manson kill? How many people did Charles Manson kill? 2 murdered, 7 murdered by proxy, 4 arsons. So he murdered 2 people himself, and he had 7 people, he had 7 other people murdered. 9 people in total. You think that guy's ever going to be free again? Is he even still alive? That's 9 bodies. This thing got over 50 plus bodies on YSL. That man is not coming home. I'm sorry. And I'm not saying I'm sorry like I want him to come home. I'm saying I'm sorry because I know that's going to disappoint a lot of you. that was cold. But it's the truth. What up, Suzette Carbuckle? She says, hello, Jax. How you doing, all of the Suzettes? I don't understand too old to catch these cases. And nah, these do, yeah, way too old to catch cases. These guys ain't thinking, man. These guys ain't thinking. They not thinking. People want to be in charge so bad. I literally do not even like being in charge. The only reason why sometimes I be in charge is I ain't got no choice. But I don't like being in charge of shit. I really don't. If I ever get to the point where I can just hire people and get things done, I'm just going to hire people and get things done and step to the side and let them know what we're trying to do, but allow for them to use their imagination and build the thing that they want to build with their like that. You know, to a degree, because there's certain things that obviously I need structured a certain way for brand consistency. Yeah, he's not coming home, man. He's not coming home. I don't know what to tell you. They said 50 plus bodies, man. And the DA said in the press conference that they're going for life for quite a few people. And besides the fact that they said they're going for life for quite a few people, he's the kingpin. He's the top guy. They specifically said that they're not only going to hold the young people accountable, they're going to hold the people accountable that sent them to go do the deeds. Dog! I wonder if anybody's making old thug jokes yet. He's going to, by the time he come out, he's going to be old thug. By the time he come out, he's going to be geriatric thug. Is anybody making those jokes? A lot of these guys that go on that racism been bullied by Spanish and blacks and turn it to hate. No, I think a lot of the shit is actually taught at home. But yeah, some people get bullied. I think a lot of that shit is taught at home. Be honest with you. And a lot of it's taught on TV. Like, there's a lot of racist programming that goes on TV and people don't even recognize it. But, I mean, it is what it is. A lot of the programs that you see, like, it's subliminal. We don't even notice it. Because you got to understand, a lot of the people that's actually making the fucking content, they have personal opinions of the subjects in the content. And their personal opinions is going to shine through. You don't think there's some extremely rich people that make film and television that they might not be racist, but they're fearful of black people, and they got some positions that some people might say is antiquated? I don't know if he's gonna get a lot of time. 50 plus bodies, man. I don't. They might not be able to put all 50 on them, but that's 50 plus bodies. They're gonna be able to put 20. Samuel Villa says, think he's up for parole. Who's up for parole? Wait, hold on. I was just talking about somebody in jail, wasn't I? I be having like 3 or 4 different conversations. So I'm sorry about that. Who the fuck is up for parole? Who are you talking about? I must have said somebody, so you talking about them. Lex Lucas says, their parents and grandparents drill the hate into nobody's more way. Well, Manson. Oh, Manson? He's not gonna get parole. Like I said, once again, a lot of the racism is actually taught. If I was to make a movie, right, and I like big butts, I can't lie. I'm gonna have some big butts in the movie because I like big butts. Even if I'm not actively thinking, we need some butts in that picture. You know that shot? It's missing butts. Like, even if I'm not actively thinking like that, just the way that I'm gonna be, yeah, I like that actress, I like that actress. I'm not even gonna be thinking about it. I'm just gonna be thinking, that person's aesthetically pleasing to the eye, bring a boom. That person fits the thing, boom. And what's gonna end up happening is there's gonna be a whole bunch of chicks with some fat butts and average sized breasts. For real, gonna be a ton of them. There's gonna be some big hips and average sized breasts. Oh man. I'm laughing because the majority of the females I've dated in my life had big boobs, and I don't even care for boobs. I mean, as long as you got enough that we know that you a chick, because we're not doing that other shit. As long as you look good in a nice dress, like, you know, one of them one-piece dresses or whatever, we could throw you on one of them, you know, fine with it. Nice skirt or some shit. We is not doing with, we can't tell. We looking at you like, I don't know. I don't know. It might be a dude that did a couple of push-ups this morning. I'm not doing that. I'm just joking and shit. I have a preference for average size boobs though. But I mean, I don't really care. I don't really care. With me, it probably got more to do with the person. Like, I'm really like that. I need to be able to spend time with you. I need to be able to talk to you and know that you're not an idiot also. like, oh man, I gotta choose him better. That's what I'm gonna be thinking. Oh man, I knew I should have stayed single 5 more years. Anyway. What we was talking about? Young Thug getting out. Is he gonna snitch? He's not gonna. I'm telling you right now, if I was his lawyer, I'd let him know. I'm trying to do the show. Thank you real much. Thank you very much, real men. Love God. Real men do love God. That's a fact. If I was his lawyer, I'd tell him. I say, yo, look, this is what's gonna happen. They have a shitload of cases that they feel like they can come at us with. What did I tell you in the Casanova case? Hold on. I just want to say this before we say this. What did I tell you in the Casanova case? I said, Joe, Casanova better cop out soon, because every time he makes them wait before he cop out, they're going to add new charges. How many new charges did they add to Casanova? They just started adding charges like crazy. Remember when I told y'all that? Remember when the RICO first happened? And niggas was like, yo, Casanova going to stand tall. And I was like, yeah, maybe. Now, you good, Samuel Avila, don't worry about it. When the comments come, they come. God's timing is perfect. So when they come, they come. That's when they was meant to be here. So listen. Do y'all remember when I was telling you that? I said, yo, look. I said, he better cop out or they're going to keep adding new charges. And then the next thing you know, they said he shot a dude in Florida. And then the next thing you know, they say he was carrying guns, and they just started bringing charges out the woodwork. That's the same thing they're gonna do to this nigga. Because they know if he cops out, all of the rest of them niggas is gonna be easier. So yeah, you do this with us, we won't give you life. We'll give you 60 or some shit. 50 or something. But if you make us take you to court, if you make us go to trial, we're gonna ask the judge for life. What up, Toto Mills? What up, Angelica Kirkland? You make us go to trial, we're gonna ask the judge for life. So it's up to you. We don't mind going to trial. And if the DA is a beast, he gonna say it's up to you. We don't mind going to trial and crack his knuckles. Bang, bang. Look that nigga dead in his eyes. I swear. I need to write television. I want to write television so bad. You have no idea. Oh, man. That would be bananas. Imagine if you was sitting there and you was facing some charges. I don't know if you're guilty or innocent. But you facing some charges. And the dude tells you what the deal is. And then he says, I don't care if you take the deal or not. And he cracks his knuckles. What the fuck? What do you mean you don't care if I take the deal? Hold on. Hold on. I need to talk to my lawyer. I need to talk to my attorney. Now. Get this man out of here. There's this guy. Get that DA away from me. What is he talking about? This nigga cracked his knuckles. You didn't crack your knuckles. I'm gonna be pissed off at my attorney. Why didn't you crack your knuckles back at him? What the fuck? What is you doing? Oh man, I picked my phone up to do a thing, but I started cracking jokes and I forgot what it was. Let me read the title real quick. Read the comment. Like, what the fuck you cracking your knuckles for, man? He cracked his knuckles at us. He cracked his knuckles. You did nothing. If we was married, you'd be sleeping on the couch tonight, homie. I'm just letting you know. You be sleeping on the couch. I'm just letting you know. Fuck out of here. Do I need a new lawyer? This nigga cracked his knuckles. You did nothing. That's just so funny to me. I'm sorry about that. Like, what the fuck? This nigga cracked his knuckles. You did nothing. Hey, shout out to Samuel Avila with the $3 drop. Appreciate you, my brother. That's all you had on the card. You could have just sent a half of it. I would have been fine. Send $150 next time. You don't know if you need to make a telephone call. Oh, my knee. Yeah, send $150 next time. You don't know if you need to make a telephone call, man. I mean, I'm making jokes. I'm making jokes that you didn't say that's all the money you had. You just said that that was all on the card. But I wanted to use that joke. I hope you don't take it personal. Yeah, so yeah, he's screwed. But so it's up to how long they want to play cat and mouse with the DA. Knowing how the government is usually doing their arrests as of late. What's this? May, June, July, August, September. He better not wait after August because they're gonna give him like they fucking around with him now. And they also, you know, they're not pressing because, like I told you, I believe that they got other cases open in other states for other reasons. So I think that they're not pressing. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to disclose all the information they have. So they probably gonna let this shit marinate. This summer, I think a lot of people are gonna be getting arrested. Please be out there and stay safe. I also think there's gonna be a lot of shootings and killings. A lot of people are gonna get arrested. I promise you, this summer is gonna be crazy because I think that that's what the plan was altogether. All along. Last summer, everybody was doing really well, right? Because they had all that free money. Now that shit's gone. And what we hearing about in New York City, niggas is getting mugged and robbed. They had a dude try to, I don't know if he actually did rape the girl, but a dude tried to rape a woman in an elevator. I think he did rape her. In an elevator? In an elevator. Anyway, shout out to Samuel Avila. He walks up to the saloon. He's looking in the window like this. He's seeing all of the three people inside laughing and joking, throwing back shots. He says, I wants to be in there, doing the saloon things. But it costs $5 to get into the saloon, and I only had 3. And then he looks over his shoulder. He sees a tumbleweed blowing in the distance. Shout out to Samuel Avila. Sitting out there on our foyer. Oh, that's what I was looking for also. Somebody sent me something. Shout out to Mr. Vaughn. So, do you think we should do the clubhouse? I want to open up the clubhouse. Do I have any people here that would want to help me run the clubhouse? Also, only people who are financial donators to the channel am I talking to. I am not talking to anybody who isn't financially involved in the channel. I only want people that are doing something so this means something to them. You can monetize it. I don't even care for the money that could be made on that channel of no time soon. So I'll be more than happy to we monetize this shit. I think I am monetized over there, by the way. And I'll be more than happy to whoever's helping me run the page that y'all can split the monies. Or we could 3-way split the monies or whatever, however that go. I'll be more than happy to do that. Oh, yeah, shout out to this. No, not shout out to this. But Rajon Rondo allegedly pulled a gun and threatened to kill his ex. Allegedly. I would really like to know the details of that. Yeah, I think he's done. I think Young Thug is done, man. He's done. I think that's didn't the last mayor of Atlanta just step down? Am I wrong? Didn't there was a mayor of Atlanta, I think she was like a black lady and she stepped down or some shit like that? Anybody remembers that, or is that just something I remember? Am I misremembering this? Wasn't there like a mayor of Atlanta about a year or 2 ago or something like that, and she stepped down? Keisha Bottoms? Who's Lakeisha Bottoms? Lakeisha Bottoms. Letitia Bottoms. Who is that? She was the mayor of Georgia from 2018 to 2022. Is she still the mayor? No, right? I love that my memory works this way, but sometimes that shit be pissing me off. Who is the mayor of Atlanta? Okay. She just stepped down. I had somebody that was a part of our community. What they said is that they believed that Keisha Lynch Bottoms stepped down and it had something to do with T.I. because there was some shit going on. It might have had something to do with T.I. and it could have also have been deeper than that. There was 50 plus murders committed by one gang between 2015 and 2022. That's bananas. That's bananas. That's like the police gotta actively not care about what that gang is doing. Just some shit to tell you. Shit is bananas. Did they force her out or did she... How did she leave office? Did they force her out or did she lose? I don't think she left. I don't think she lost. They forced her out? I can't remember. I'm not going to break my brain on it because that's not too centric to the topic. Yo, can y'all drop some frost in the chat? Who we got up here? Y'all making me tired. I'm about to go get some coffee. Y'all not making me tired. I just said that to say that. Before somebody make a video saying Jack said his community is making him tired. He hates his community. I was saying a joke, yo. The fuck, yo. You'd be surprised at how many times I say a joke and then niggas be mad at me and I'll be sitting there like, it wasn't even one of those jokes that was an insult. It was just a joke. It wasn't even an insult joke. You know how people be insulting you and they be pretending like it's a joke, but they really just trying to talk shit to you? Yeah, it wasn't even one of those. It was a real joke. We should have both been laughing. I don't know what the problem is. What we talking about? Put it in the chat. Did I kick that dude today that had the badge? Yeah, I think he had a big badge. I think I kicked him. I kicked him because he only shows up when he has something negative to say. I hate those people. Like, not hate, like, hate, but, like, that's irritating. You know those people that only come and say something to you when they have something negative to say, but whenever you're doing something good, or whenever you're winning, they don't have no comments. They sitting there like this, stone face, but as soon as they could criticize you, they the first niggas like, yo, huh? What happened? Yo, that thing you was doing, all wrong. Like, what the fuck is you talking about, man? Where do you come from? Mind your business. What we talking about? Put it in the chat. I think I am gonna put some coffee. What we talking about? Put it in the chat. I said, what we talking about? Put it in the chat. If I come back and not one person said nothing, I'm going to be like, what the fuck, yo? Also, don't forget, go hit up our links in the description. Go get your Harlem merch. It's also on actual clothes, not only a pillow. Go get your Frost merch. It's all also on actual clothes, not just the pillow. And go get your Bronx merch. Like I said again, it's not only on a pillow. It's actual merch, you red bastards. You get it on shirts and all types of different other things going on over these. Also, you can go to our BBN page if you would like. This is us on Instagram. You can go to our BBN page. This is us on Instagram. You can check out our store in there. I'm pretty sure there's something for, as you see, that's part of our Icy Queens collection. That's allegedly, that's a Bronx, that's Harlem. You go down there, you're gonna pop something you like. That's a Frost shirt. I think that Frost shirt is lit though. Another Frost shirt that go green team merch. Also, there's numerous colors and everything. They go more green team merch. We got multiple designs for most things. Go check out our store. I'm pretty sure we got something you like. Also, link down in the description. With that being said, let's get back to it. I had to pay bills. Nobody commented. You rat bastards. My water's boiling. Be right back. Alright, I'm going to do this one more time. What else y'all want to talk about? Or what part of this YSL Young Thug situation do you find interesting? I want to know what you guys find interesting in this Young Thug situation. Oh shit, I forgot to cut. My hand is a little messed up, so it's taking me a little bit of extra time. So just bear with me. All of the coffees. We're going to get not all of the coffees. We're going to get almost all of the coffees. We're going to leave enough coffees for another time. I remember when we used to hunt the little coffees. You know, when they still had that chocolate in them. When they still had that hot chocolate in them. I'm making a joke because when I first started drinking coffee, I thought it was disgusting, actually. And I used to have to mix it with hot chocolate. And that's the only way I was able to actually get into drinking coffee. And you could also go cop your mugs. You could also go cop your mugs. Links in the descriptions. I was thinking, like, I live in Coney Island now, right? So I was thinking about doing Coney Island merch. Like, I was just thinking about that the other day. Like, I was like, shit, I live in Coney Island now. I should do some Coney Island merch. For real, for real. If my computer wasn't down, I would have probably already looked at it and, you know, see what, you know, put up some designs. Sometimes I'd probably do 5, 6, 7 different designs before I even, you know, stick to one. Like different iterations or whatever the design is or whatever the case is. I got something in mind though. Do we always put our elbow out when you drink? Do anybody drink like this? Is this a way of drinking? So nobody has anything they want to talk about, or nobody could comment in the chat. Before I go any further, I'm just gonna make sure that the chat is working. Then I'm gonna just start talking. I don't know. The chat is working. Then I'm gonna just start talking. So there we go. I'm gonna check and make sure the chat is working first. Chat working. All right. I'll try not to kick people. You could comment. Just please don't insult my intelligence or be disrespectful. I consider insulting my intelligence being disrespectful. If I insult your intelligence, I'm being disrespectful to you. Like you feel I got into a full-blown argument with you about how the sky is really burgundy. Full-blown argument. You look at me with the whole side eye like, this nigga serious? Burgundy. Well. If I was Young Thug's lawyer, the fact that I just went right back to the spot that I was at before I did all the shenanigans. If I was Young Thug's lawyer, what do you have to say on redemption? Let's talk about Young Thug's lawyer. What you have to say on redemption? I would like to have that conversation open. Let me. I'm still on this also though. How can all these rappers redeem themselves? Okay, so give me 1 second. If I was Young Thug's lawyer, I would let him know. We have a finite time before they're gonna just pull that deal. Because I'm telling you, they would love to take us to court. They would love to go to trial. They have so much stuff. They would love to go to trial just so they could flex how good they did their job. You have a decision to make. This is the deal that they're offering. All they're going to do is keep piling on. The only thing that's going to happen is what we could get is going to become less. Now, that's if they even want to deal with him. I'm just going to assume they're going to offer him a deal, though. They're going to offer you a deal so they don't got to go to trial. Once again, I don't think Young Thug could snitch. On who? All right, hold on. I'm going to answer the first things you said first, Roman. Love God. He said, let's talk about redemption. How could these rappers redeem themselves? All right, so one of the main things you have to be able to do to get forgiveness for something is acknowledge that you did a thing that was wrong. Right? And we're only talking about forgiveness from the Most High, by the way. So the only way you could get forgiveness, and I'm only talking about forgiveness from the Most High. The only way you could get, that's the only forgiveness that matters. And forgiveness of oneself also. But the only way you can get forgiveness from the Most High is acknowledging what you did. So, to me, the first thing that they would need to do is explain what they're apologizing for. Or what they need to be redeemed from. That's why I keep trying to tell you, apologies is not for me. Like, if you do something wrong to me, the apology isn't for me. The apology is for you. That's for you and your relationship with God. That apology don't got shit to do with me. I'm just the... I'm just the MacGuffin. Y'all know what a MacGuffin is? But I'm just the MacGuffin. You understand what I'm saying? The real apology is between you, yourself, and God. I'm just the MacGuffin. That's why I keep trying to tell people, if you do me wrong, I'm not looking for an apology. I don't care for one. Why? I don't really care if you apologize to me, because you apologizing to me is probably getting you right with God. Forgiving is for you. That's a fact. No, the forgiving is for us. That's a fact. The forgiving somebody is more beneficial to you than it is for them. That's a fact. But that still works off the same premise of what we're discussing about why somebody should apologize. Just so we could be clear. So these rappers would first have to acknowledge whatever they did that they would be apologizing for. I'm gonna tell you something that don't sit well with me, and that's the whole Future don't use drug things, but that's like basically all he raps about. Toto Mills said, "You be dead serious." I be dead serious about what? Wait, what are we talking about? Toto Mills, what are we talking about? I be dead serious about what? That sounds like an interesting conversation also. But this shit is irritating my wrist. Yeah, so the first thing they have to do is acknowledge what they did. And then always it's the action behind it. So it's not just the I did it, it's actually the action that's put behind the apology, right? So they would have to actually put efforts in behind an apology in order to receive some kind of redemption, right? Redeeming yourself is an action. So are you saying that rappers are gonna actively look to redeem themselves? If that's the case, then a lot of these dudes have to take their money and put it into beautifying some of these neighborhoods, bringing jobs to some of these neighborhoods, opportunity. Stop walking in the street and giving niggas money that they're gonna go blow on some shit that they shouldn't have in the first place. You give somebody that don't know how to spend money, what the fucking first thing they're gonna do? They're gonna go blow it. Tell me where I'm wrong. Imagine giving, you see what happened when Peter Griffin won the fucking lottery? Go watch that episode. That's what's happening. These guys is you give somebody money that don't know the value of money. You know? People pretend like they know the value of money, but often people don't know the value of money. They just know money has value. There's a difference. All they know is that money has value. They don't even know the value of the money. They don't understand value. You got people, just so we can be clear, you got people that was buying fake Jordans off of that stock site. And I'm going to explain that for the people that don't understand what I'm trying to say. That people don't understand value. If you could get some fucking fake Jordans and think that they're real Jordans, I don't care who you get them from. I don't care if Michael Jordan came up to me and handed me some fake fucking Jordans. I'm going to have a story about how I got these fake Jordans from Michael Jordan. But they're still fake fucking Jordans. Stock's been selling them, StockX, Stocks, I don't know how to say that damn name. They've been selling fake Jordans for who knows how long. And the only reason why they got caught was because Nike is tired of them reselling shit, and they bought the sneakers. They're suing them right now. So they bought some sneakers to prove that some of the sneakers that they putting out there and giving to people ain't real. Now, I'm assuming they caught them because those dudes decided to say that they had sneakers that Nike knew wasn't in circulation at that time. You get what I'm saying? How they selling them shits? We ain't rolled them shits out in 4-5 years. There's no way in the world they could be selling these on their site. Buy a couple, let's see what it is. Oh shit, these shits is fake. We got them! Shout out to Casey. I hope y'all enjoying the show tonight. If you are enjoying the show and you have not hit the like button yet, you can always hit it now. We got 44 likes right there. Let's see if we get up to like 60. We can get to 60 likes, right? Maybe? That's only like 16 more likes. That's not even that far. Yes, Real Men. Yeah, those shoes be running thousands of dollars. Real Men says, I hope they lose because people paying a lot of money for them fake shoes. No, I hope they lose because they're destroying the market. They're destroying the market. They are I want Nike and these sneakers to win against these resellers. You see, when the resellers first popped up, it was a good thing. Now, the tactics that they're using, buying all the sneakers so nobody else can't have none, and then selling them shits at an exorbitant markup, that should literally be illegal. Literally. I think there is a law that you can only mark something up a certain amount, but I don't know if it's covered in sneakers. I think there's a law that if you buy something, you can only mark it up a certain amount. I think there was or there is. I'm not 100% sure. Most Def says, I done sold Jordan on StockX, made 8 bands. Because you a good seller, I guess. Not them dudes that was... So you trying to tell me Nike could have sold themselves some fake fucking sneakers and it said it was stocks fault? I don't think that's what happened. But that would make a hell of a fucking... That'd make a hell of a movie. That would make a hell of a fucking movie. That's a hell of a movie to start it off. And the whole entire time you rooting with the fucking sneaker company. Like, yeah, get them niggas up out of here. They showing mad grimy shit. They doing mad and just to find out at the end that them niggas really sold niggas that they was the niggas behind the whole thing. What dude said you be dead serious. What are you saying, Toto Mills? Toto Mills never on being someone's friend again. Or not be... Yeah, I be dead serious on not being someone's friend again. I be dead serious. What the fuck? You go ask those people who I said I would never fuck with again if I ever fuck with them again. Go ask them. My apologies, man. I keep telling y'all, I grew up by myself. I don't like being alone on that like that all the time. Don't get it confused. But I grew up by myself. And I'd much rather not have people around me that mean me harm. And once you, like I'm really a cool dude. And I'm one of those guys that when I have a friend and we really a friend, we gotta have a lot of inside jokes. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of those guys. Like, I'm one of those guys. Like, when I really fuck with somebody, like, I bond with them. You understand what I'm saying? That's why if you got some weirdo energy, I'm going to seem off to you. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to be able to not... I'm gonna feel off. You understand what I'm saying? Allergy season, I'm either sneezing or fucking blowing my nose. Yeah, so anyway, so they mad, StockX is mad. I mean, Nike is mad and shit. Jordan, man. Why every time I see Michael Jordan, he got ugly Jordans on? Anybody else notice that? Every time you see Michael Jordan, like in the photo, he usually got on some of the ugliest fucking Jordans in his whole entire Jordan line. I be looking at him like, damn, Mike, this style is trash. Like, you need a whole new designer, nigga. Your whole style is garbage. Y'all understand me so mad at him. I was like, Mike, you got the Jordan. How come you keep rocking them ugly shits? Don't nobody want those. Those aren't even. Those are the Jordans from the bin, ain't it? Those are the Jordans that you would have grabbed out the bin, right? Those ain't the Jordans from the back. Those ain't the Jordans that be hanging on the wall. Those are the Jordans that the laces is tied together and they throw them in the bin. Mike, what's wrong with you? You gotta stop doing this. For real. What the fuck is wrong? Am I lying though? Alright, I'm gonna say this. This morning, the show went off like that because I thought I plugged the charger in, but I plugged the charger in, but the charger thing was broke. I had to buy a new charger. I plugged the phone in, but the charger was broke. So it just went off. I was sitting here like, what the fuck just happened? I was sitting here like, no. I ain't do all that. But I was like, what the fuck just happened, man? So this shit dead. I said, oh Lord. Yeah, nah, nobody don't want to pay no grip for no fake shoes. I don't want to pay anything for anything fake unless you telling me the thing is fake and then I'm agreeing to buy it on the premise that it's fake. Other than that, I don't want to buy nothing that's fake. What the hell? What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. See, nobody talking. Like, see, I'm active right now. Nobody's talking. Look, I got all the energy. What up, Most Def? I got all the energy. Are we in the chat or we not? What we doing? And then if I be like, all right, I'm going to let y'all go. And people going to say, I'm not getting off because I'm not getting drops. Wait, y'all here? It's a whole 7 minutes since the last comment. I'm like, God dang it, you rat bastards. Y'all just like hearing me talk? Fuck it, right? She be coming around the mountain when she comes, when she comes. She be coming around the mountain when she comes. You don't care what I'm saying, right? Like, what the fuck? Is y'all in the chat with me or not, you rat bastards? What we talking about? Put it in the chat. Give me a topic. And no, I don't want to talk about no dog that got shot by the police officer for more than 2 seconds. They got a lot of fine women in Coney Island. I'm just gonna keep it a whole stack with you. There's a lot of fine women around here. Oh man, so Freddie Gibbs got beat up or some shit. First, isn't this like the second time Freddie Gibbs got beat up? Pat Bev, Chris Paul. Yeah, we get to that in 2 seconds. Good catch. Isn't this like the second time that this dude got beat up? Then there was a situation in Miami with Jim Jones. Right? Because he keep talking crazy to people every 5 minutes. Freddie Gibbs, that is. So, I don't know. Shout out to him. His eyes was a little puffy. It happened. He was outnumbered. It happened. I want to say something real quick. Hold on. I want to say something real quick. When I heard about the Freddie Gibbs situation, it was something I wanted to bring up and talk about. I'm going to talk about it right now. It'll take me a minute. It's not going to be long. That's the problem. That's why these young kids is out here shooting each other. Y'all want to make fun of Freddie Gibbs? Fine, cool, boom. But also acknowledge whether he ran or not. Could we start putting the onus on when these young kings square up, whether they win or lose, that we dap both parties up? Could we start doing that? When these young princes out here, you know, and they decide instead of shooting one another or stabbing one another, that they're gonna, you know, shoot the fair one or fight it out, one gang against the other gang, nobody getting stabbed, nobody getting killed. Niggas go home and niggas ain't fighting again the next day and the next day and the next day after. It just was a situation. Could we start dapping up the niggas that's brave enough to scrap? And stop trying to humiliate people because they not scared and didn't run. Can we start dapping up the individuals that's not senselessly shooting their brothers? Because that's part of the problem. There's a lot of these young dudes out here that will fight. They just scared that if they lose this fight, that they're gonna be made fun of, and their pride can't take it. And we're not supposed to be making fun of people that got the balls to fight. If you got the nuts, if you got the fucking temerity, if you got the fucking intestinal fortitude to stand there and fight another person with no weapons, nah, we're not supposed to be looking down on you no matter what happened. Now, if some funny shit happened, and we're gonna do a little bit of laughing, but we're gonna respect the fact that you had some heart. Can we put that back in the street? Because I remember growing up, if you lost or if you won, niggas dapped you up. They might hug the nigga that lost, like, yo, you know, you got heart. That's the era I grew up in. I didn't grow up in this era where if you get in a fight and you get fucked up or you lose, that niggas is making fun of you. No, niggas ain't making fun of you. You didn't run. With that being said, yeah, Freddie Gibbs, he's always asking for ass woman. Pat Bev, Chris Paul. I'm going to say something. Pat Bev is just saying what everybody else in the league is saying. Chris Paul is not liked. Chris Paul is a dirty player. That's what I'll say. He's dirty. I don't know no other way to put it. He a dirty player. He do a lot of bullshit on the court. Chris Paul is one of my favorite point guards skill-wise. And when he was young, I feel bad for him that he was stuck in Charlotte all that time. But when he was young, beast. Now he's still a top tier what was he? 7-time defensive player on top of that. 8-time first defensive team. 7-time first defensive team. Whatever, some other accolades he got. 16-time All-Star. I'm just off the top of my head. I could be wrong about some of this shit. So Pat Bev is just saying what a lot of people were saying. A lot of people don't like Chris Paul. He a dirty player, man. He a dirty player. I'm gonna call it what it is. He a dirty player. I see him doing cheap shots and shit like that. That's how come he got fouled out that other game, man. The play he got fouled out on was some bullshit, but it was just a foul that he earned from before. That's all. I'm going to tell y'all something that y'all might not know. Sometimes a ref will see you do some shit and be like, yo, you do that shit again, I'm going to call it. And then you might not do it, but you do something that approximates it. And the ref blows the whistle. And you be like, don't worry, I got you on the next one. If you ever played under a whistle, you know what it is. The best refs are not the ones that don't make mistakes. They're the ones that can correct the mistake in the game without throwing the game off. Those are the best refs. Because we only just want fair. You can't have perfect. And nobody knows that more than me. Can't have perfect. All we want is fair. That's it. I stand with Pat Bev, by the way. And I also want to add, Chris Paul is going to be a Hall of Famer. Pat Bev is not. So, I stand with Pat Beverly, but I don't think he should have said it. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Also, don't forget, pull up to our BBN store. Link is in the description. But if you go through our Instagram channel, I believe you will get discounts. That's our The X mug, because you know I'm from the Bronx. The X. This is one of my favorite Frost shirts, by the way. This is the Harlem. This is the Harlem one. This is one of my favorite Frost shirts. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the Harlem one, by the way. I don't have it. But I think that the idea and the concept and what I do plan on doing if I have the opportunity is going to be lit. And it also comes in multiple colors, by the way, just so you know. It's not just like a shitload of colors. You can see one down there. Pull up to our BBN store. Go cop some merch. I promise you we got something you like. Any new info on the white boy shooting? No, except for when the police showed up, he still had the gun in his hand and nobody shot him. They talked him down. So shout out to those police for doing such a great job with the Caucasians. I know that sometimes the shit I be saying sound like I'm going at white people, but I'm not going at the white people. I'm going at the police. I said that, it was like, and I realized, you know what, people might have the misinterpretation that I'm going at Caucasian people. I am not. I'm going at the police. And not all police. Obviously, I'm just talking about those niggas that arrested that guy. Look at the fucking leggings, though. Those are the Harlem leggings. They say Harlem on the side. I wish I could show you. These are the Harlem leggings right here. Okay, so on this side right there, you know how the women be having the big tattoos on their leg? That's what you're going to see on this side right here with the frost. And on that side, it says Harlem. Well, cop your Harlem merch, man. I promise you. And as you can see, we got a ton of colors. Multiple colors. Go cop your Harlem merch, man. So just so you know how y'all women love having that big tattoo on the leg right here? That's what that frost is going to look like right there. And then on that other side, it's going to say Harlem going down the leg. Go look at it yourself. If you go into the app and where you can buy it at and all that, you should be able to. I'm checking to see if they're going to show you. Nah, they're not going to show. Damn. No, I'm not going to buy that for myself. Well, I mean, if I had a woman, I'd buy all of this shit. You know, somebody got mad at me because they said I didn't give them merch. And I said, how can I give you merch? It's at Teesprings. You could just order it. And they literally said I was supposed to order the merch and give it to them. You don't understand? People be saying shit to me. I be like, what? One, ma'am, we're not banging. So me buying you some random shit for no reason, what are you talking about? I need all of my random, no reason money to be saved up for when I get a woman. You know what I'm saying? When I have the only vagina that I park my penis in. That's what I need the money for. Don't pay me no attention. What y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. I'm just stupid right now. Don't pay me no attention. What y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. I know I'm way off of topic. This is Jack Frost off topic. As you all know, we be on topic for the first 36 minutes of the video. After that, we enjoy ourselves and we do other things. If y'all want to stay on the topic, then we'll be in the chat talking about said topic and we'll stay on topic. But after the 36-minute mark, we usually move on to other things that we might want to discuss if the topic is running thin. Just explaining that, because I explain that periodically. I periodically explain that. But not for nothing. If I was a little baby, I'd be drinking all the protein drinks. Because you know, Young Thug is about to have no money also, right? You know he's about to be broke. I know he's about to be broke, right? Young Thug is about to be broke, and every single person on his label is about to be broke. Do y'all know why? I'm going to go get me some tea, right? I'm going to give y'all an opportunity to put in the chat. I'm going to say this again. Young Thug is about to be broke. And every single person on his label is about to be broke also. Do y'all know why? And I guess only if the feds decide to get super petty. Which they will. He might not be broke, but watch when I explain the thing. You're going to understand what I'm saying. I think I stayed too hydrated. Young Thug is quite possibly about to lose almost all of his monies. Put it in the chat if you think I know what if you think you know what I'm about to say. I like to save good stuff for late, right? Because other content creators being here, and I don't have a problem with this, by the way. I'm just telling you about it. So other content creators being here, and sometimes they take our information, which I don't have any issue with. I wish they would just say our name every once in a while instead of always acting like we don't exist, but that's what people do. So Young Thug is about to lose his money. You want to know why? His money's under his label, YSL, right? No, listen. Shout out to OGK Network. He said he's going to lose money just to get a plea deal. No, listen. His record label's YSL, right? The gang is YSL, right? You can't keep any monies that you make in criminal activity. His record label is also YSL. The police is arguing that the record label isn't a record label and it's actually a gang. That might be how they get him to not go to trial. You get it? Because if he goes to trial, then that's a whole different thing. If he pleads out, he might be able to keep his money. That's if they don't freeze it first. They might freeze it first if he takes too long. By the way, didn't they freeze Casanova 2 times accounts? Or am I wrong? Did they freeze Casanova 2 times accounts, or am I wrong? Okay, so a law that exists in every municipality in America is that you cannot keep any money that you made illegally. Now, if you have a gang that's operating, even if they're trying to operate as they're on this side of the law, but a majority of what they're doing is on that side of the law, and it has anything to do with what's going on, yes, you're a criminal enterprise. You think they're going to let a criminal enterprise keep their money? I'm just asking. Do you think that Georgia's going to say, you know what, if we was the feds, the state take your money too? How do you think they get paid? How do you think they get paid? How do you think these agencies, these independent agencies be getting paid? Why do you think they be fighting over these cases so bad? Why do you think they be wanting to take point on these cases so bad? Have y'all watched Ozark? Literally in Ozark, the federal government says that they will allow this person to be a freaking kingpin as long as they can bust some of the cargoes. I lie to you not. And that's some shit that happens. I keep trying to, I be putting people on the mad game. Fuck it, I'm just gonna be quiet. I don't be putting people on the nothing. How about that? I wouldn't know why they didn't freeze it yet entirely. But like I just said, they might want to use their ability to freeze his money in order to get him to talk. Or not talk, get him to take a deal. We can freeze your money. If we freeze your money, you can't, your family is fucked up. Pardon me. If we freeze your money, your family is fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want us to freeze your money. Remember, when Casanova 2-time money got froze, what happened? He started talking about, people ain't got, he was concerned for his wife and their kids. He was concerned for the wife and the kids, so that's what you gotta understand. So, and these rappers nowadays have like 20 kids, yo. No idea why they didn't freeze it already, but maybe most likely it's leverage. But also, it's you don't do all of that stuff immediately. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that wouldn't be tactically smart to arrest him, and then once you arrest him, immediately freeze his accounts. Like, you only do that. He doesn't even have that type of money that you would do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you do that to somebody who's close to like $500 million or some shit. Like, the fuck? He ain't making money like that for them to go that hard. OGK Network says, so Frost, you think they trying to get Thug to snitch on top OG of Sex Money Murder? That's what you think? I don't have no idea. Tyson Garcia says, I heard Freddie Gibbs got a new mixtape out called I Got a Beatin' in Buffalo. From Miami to Buffalo, that's what they should call it, right? That's the DJ Academics can have that joke. Because he ain't Freddie Gibbs. You like, Freddie Gibbs got a new mixtape coming out called From Miami to Buffalo. The Race Part 2. You could call that shit. The Race Part 2 from Miami to Buffalo. I was trying to think of a joke. I almost had to go in though. Hold on. They could call it the East Coast Smack Pipeline, because you know they used to have the crack pipeline, the Smack Pipeline. They beat them with a hot mop. They beat them with a hot mop. They beat them with they beat him with a hot mop. They grabbed it straight out of the janitor's hands. OGK Network says, I think there's more important things going on in Buffalo than Freddie Gibbs right now. I'm gonna assume. No, we all know that. But we could ask about Freddie Gibbs, my brother. Let's not be the fun police. Sometimes I'm the fun police. I'm trying to stop being the fun police. But in real life, I'm never the fun police, by the way. I'm the opposite of the fun police in real life most of the time. When I'm comfortable around people. When I'm comfortable around people. Shout out to Freddie Gibbs. He be asking for it though. The Smack Pipeline. Freddie Gibbs gonna do he gonna remix a Rick Ross song. That was a really layered joke because the crack pipeline was actually Rick Ross, right? No, that was the other dudes. No, it wasn't, right? Anyway. OGK Network. God dang it, I can't read that. You dubbed it too quick. What y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat, man. Y'all already know when it gets to like the hour and the 30-minute mark, I'm getting tired and everything else. This is when I need y'all to pull up in the chat and keep me going. What do y'all want to talk about? It gets to the hour 30-minute mark. You already know. And it's at night, so I've been up all day. During the morning, it's better, but I've been up all day. Come on. I need y'all guys to keep me active. What we talking about? I think the DA is trying to attack the Atlanta gang scene. The problem is gang life in rap is so interwoven that if you attack one, you attack the other. But I believe they're going after gangs. I don't believe they're going after rappers. They had 50 plus bodies, homie. Somebody was gonna do something sooner or later. They had 50 plus bodies. If you have 50 plus bodies between 2015 and 2020, that means that they was just killing niggas. They was just killing niggas. How was that, 7 years? Later, Artie D. Glass. Appreciate you. Have a good one. Salute. You already know. Yo. That's the government is saying, I don't know if they involved with 50 plus bodies. Just to be clear on that. But the government is saying that they involved with 50 plus bodies. You understand? I'm not saying it. What the fuck do I know? I'm not there. But the government is saying that they plan on trying to charge them with 50 plus bodies. Between 2015 and 2022. So they was just killing niggas. OGK Network says it's scary that they have wiretap cell phones in jail. God knows the amount of evidence they have on everybody. Man, that cell phone went into that jail. They ain't busting niggas that don't got nothing to do with this. That's one. Two, imagine all the cell phones. Imagine how long they've been doing that particular practice and all of the different people that's been arrested. Imagine all the people that have been killed because people thought they were snitches, but they wasn't snitches. There was a wiretap. In the jail. And these dudes is probably like, how do they know? It couldn't have come from them. We had a secure line. Just saying. Also, I'm not here advocating. These guys got 50, allegedly got 50 plus murders on them, man. I'm not standing, I'm not wishing death in jail on nobody. But I'm not standing up here trying to act like, let them go to trial. If they did these things, they need to be held responsible for it. We're talking about 50 plus murders, man. And he wasn't killing gerbils. Also, I like animals. If it was gerbils, I'd be upset. Also, not as upset, obviously. Fuck did gerbils do to you? What's the fucking difference between a hamster and a gerbil anyway? Like, do they know the difference? Like, sometimes do you go to a store and you be like, yo, I want a hamster and a gerbil. I want a boy and a girl. I mean, I want two hamsters. You know, I want to make a little hamster baby family. And then you go, but they end up giving you a hamster and a gerbil? Like, is that gonna be disappointing when there's no babies? Could they make babies? It's crazy to see somebody like Young Thug really trying to be a real thug. Well, Young Thug started his life of crime as a juvenile inside of the juvenile facilities. So he's been a criminal longer. He's quite possibly been a criminal longer than he's been rapping. Quite possibly. Just so we can be clear. So he might have been a real thug he might have been a real thug trying to be a rapper. That happens too. That happens more than you think. Russell Westbrook is staying with the Lakers. He accepted his player option. It's $47 million. I don't think there was a question whether he was going to stay or not. I don't think that was a question. His freaking value fell off the table. If he leave, ain't nobody giving him no $47 million for this year. He had no choice. Y'all niggas got to dub me. Y'all got to trade me or some shit. I want my money. The fuck is you niggas talking about? That's a fact. Niggas be crazy. It's a thing. Yeah, so his value fell off the table. He's just super athletic, but he doesn't work on any skills. That's the shit that was crazy. And that's the thing that used to set me apart from people a lot of times. Like when we had complementary skill sets or skills, I was really athletic, and when I went up against people who was also athletic, my skills. So I was always but they know that Westbrook is one trick pony. He's a he doesn't play defense. He chucks up shots. He lost the gear, so now he can't even score like he used to be able to score. His basketball IQ is just absolutely shitty. One of the reasons in which why you should know how to pass and be a good passer is literally when your basketball IQ raises, you literally pass more. The more your basket IQ go up, the more you pass until you get to that nice balance. Just so you know. So whenever I see players that just don't pass, I understand that they don't really know how to play basketball. They think they do. I'm not gonna, tell them they don't know how to play basketball though. I might complain about the bullshit, but fuck it. You don't know how to play. I know who the hell am I to cheat you? I'm going to stay over here and mind my business. You might not want to learn. You might get upset at me when I explain to you that if you pass the ball a couple of times, you're going to get more open shots. Yes, good passing teams. Ball movement. It comes from chemistry. One of the ways you build chemistry is ball movement and player movement, right? So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but the better you are passing the more you pass, the better open shots you're gonna get. You know how many times I catch the ball and I'm damn near wide open? And the reason why I'm wide open is because when I catch the ball, my defender has to make sure I don't throw it back to the guy I just got it from. When I catch the ball, my defender got to make sure that I don't throw it to like bounce it and pass it to somebody on the other side of him. So every time I catch the ball, my defender has to say, okay, and that's enough for me to put up a jump shot. I don't know if Chris Paul deserves the championship. There was a point where I thought that Chris Paul, for everybody to know what I'm reading, OGK Network said, it's sad the Suns lost Chris Paul to. I don't know if Chris Paul deserves the championship. Allen Iverson doesn't have a championship. And I'm not trying to compare the two, even though that's what it sounded like initially. What I mean by is this. I don't know if Allen Iverson deserves a championship. And they're two distinctively different players. I have nothing against Chris Paul. He's one of my favorite point guards of all time. I got a Chris Paul package in my game, homie. When I play, I got a Chris Paul package. I got a Michael Jordan package. I got an Allen Iverson package. I got a Isaiah Thomas package. I got a Grant Hill package. I got a Chris Paul package. I got a Melo package. Carmelo. And what I mean by package, if y'all play 2K, you know what I'm talking about. But I don't know if Chris Paul deserves, because he's a dirty player. I don't like rewarding people for bad behavior. He's a dirty player. Like, he's honestly a dirty player. Like, he's a dirty player. He's a dirty player. I don't like dirty play. I don't like cheating. There's a reason why people think I think I'm better than everybody else. I don't think I'm better than anybody, but I do like to do the right thing. He don't. Also, I see what they keep trying to do. They keep trying to put him with an incredible scorer. Imagine if Philly would have had Chris Paul. Need I say more? Dude, I'm not doing this. Dude, I'm not doing this. I've been watching the NBA for years. He's always been a dirty player. I'm not doing this. This isn't even a secret, homie. If you don't know this, you probably don't know enough about Chris Paul to be talking about it with all due respect. He's been a dirty player, alright? He do cheap shots and weirdo shit all the time. And that's why he's not liked by so many players. Not because of any other reason other than that. And that's why Pat Beverly went off. Pat Beverly didn't want to just say he's dirty, though. There was somebody that came out and said that Chris Paul was a dirty player, though. I think so. Who called Chris Paul a dirty player? They literally have a video that says Chris Paul's dirtiest plays. By the way, for the one, it's literally a video. It's right on the top. Chris Paul's dirtiest plays. So I know you, like I said, you probably just don't know enough about Chris Paul. I don't know what to tell you. Skip Bayless on Chris Paul. He's the dirtiest player. Like, you didn't know Chris Paul was a dirty player, homie? Video. Chris Paul appears to get away with dirty play last night. April 27th. That's when that was written. Chris Paul's extensive history of dirty plays get overlooked. Is that enough? Is that enough? Are you gonna argue with me on whether Chris Paul is a dirty player or not? Unless I say specific plays for you. I'm just curious. Patrick Beverly calls Chris Paul a dirty little MFer, and he did that March 11th, 2022. Chris Paul's a dirty player, man. What up, Louis Frias? Yeah, Chris Paul's a dirty player. I'm dragging it a little because, you know, I'm Jack. That's what I do. But he's a dirty player, man. He's really a dirty player. It's not a game. He's really a dirty player. It is what it is, man. And he's always been a dirty player. They've been calling him a dirty player since he was in Charlotte, man. How did you not know this? Hey, Chris Paul, dirty player, man. How do you not know that? That's the only reason why he's not higher on my favorite player list. That's the only reason. I'm not one of those people that like dirty players. One of my favorite players of all time is Grant Hill. When Grant Hill was doing his thing, imagine a motherfucker walking around with that energy. Hold on. Just so you can know how serious it was. I'm going to tell you right now. I had this since the 90s. This was my uniform. One of my uniforms. All of my uniforms was Grant Hill. After a while. This was one of my uniforms. I still got another one of them. This is what I wore. I showed up at the park like this and put in work. Yeah, Grayson Allen is dirty. Grayson Allen is dirty as fuck. I showed that the NBA is not fucking with these dirty teams and these dirty players like that, man. Guess what team Grayson Allen is on? The fucking Bucks. Guess who got all bad calls last game? The Bucks. The Bucks got terrible calls. They don't want them dirty players in the fucking finals. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, people used to see that jersey, man, that Grant Hill. Nobody ever called me Hill either. Everybody called me Spree. I was Spreewell, nigga. I mean, like, for the people who knew me as Psycho Bob, if they showed up to the park and was like, yo, Psycho and shit, nobody called me Bob, really. Like, my fam called me Bob. Like, my fam, like, Pesos and Al Murder, like, they called me Bob, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody called me everything. But generally speaking, everybody called me Psycho. And I used to be like, I prefer Bob. Like, I really do. Like, really, real talk. Like, I prefer Bob. Like, I'm cool with that. Like, nobody don't really call me that no more. So I'm like kind of fucked up with it. But I love that time when I was, I'm still known that at a lot of places. I still go places and niggas know me Psycho Bob. Yeah, the Grand Hills was dope. Those Grand Hill sneakers was lit. That's a whole fact. Don't let nobody lie to you. It was lit. I never had a pair though. I went through a period where I didn't even buy not name brand athlete sneakers too tough. Like, cause I was shopping out of East Bay, so I was just getting shit that I thought was cool that everybody else didn't have. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I was buying. I was going to East Bay and buying fucking $40-$50 sneakers that didn't nobody have. Then they have the deal where they have the dope ass sneakers that's like $15 and I go cop them bitches. Then they have the other deal where they be the fly ass sneakers and shit be like $35 and go cop them bitches. So I had mad, there was this one point, I don't know how old I was. I was about 17, 18 years old. And I just make shit work. Like, God is great. Like, God is great. For real. God is great. God is great. God is great. Oh, yeah, what y'all want to talk about? I ain't gonna lie. It's getting late. The sun's going down. Joe Budden, we just dropping mad pop culture references. Hulk, Black Widow. Joe Budden was debating Ja Morant and Iverson on his podcast. Ja Morant isn't even close. Ja Morant's not close. Ja Morant would have already been injured if he would have played in Iverson's era. Okay? He would have been injured. Iverson was going to the rack at... Iverson is not even 6 foot, by the way. Iverson was going to the rack at like 170 pounds in the NBA when you went to the basket, niggas was trying to decapitate you. Alright? Ja Morant wouldn't have survived. He too light in the heart. There's a certain amount of heart you have to go into the middle. After he would have got knocked on his ass once or twice, he would have become a jump shot shooter. He would have become a jump shot shooter. After Ja Morant would have ran into Charles Oakley a couple of times, you know what? After Ja Morant would have ran into a Rasheed Wallace a couple of times, a 2001 Rasheed Wallace a couple of times, a 2001 Marcus Camby. You didn't even start talking about the different people that he would have had to see down there near the paint when he trying to do dunks that would have killed them. Imagine if it was when fucking... If Iverson would have had a good big man, it would have been something. But he had Mutombo. Well, Mutombo got old, but Mutombo ain't a scorer either. So yeah, you're right. If he would have had somebody that could fill it up. I'm gonna tell you something. This is a fact about me. I'm gonna tell you something. When I'm at the park and I'm playing, and I don't have somebody on my team that I feel confident is a good second scorer, I don't play that hard. Because I don't want to get myself hurt. But when I'm playing and I know everybody on the team they don't even have to be but so capable, but they're in, that's a better way to put it. They're involved in the game and they're actually trying, then I'm going to try hard. But when I'm playing with people that don't look like they're trying, because I'm not trying to get injured. Yeah, imagine if Ja Morant would have had to go up against the Pistons. Now he'd become a jump shot shooter. I'm telling you right now. He'd be a jump shot shooter. I can see it in his eyes. He'll be a jump shot shooter. He's a jump shot shooter. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I play D for real, for real. These niggas become jump shot shooters, homie. He a jump shot shooter. I promise you. That's what happened to Westbrook. Westbrook is now a jump shot shooter. Yeah, everybody on that bad boy team is dirty. You couldn't play for the team if you wasn't dirty. They probably try to trade for somebody, and then the person come to tryouts or some shit, and they gotta like stab a guy with a shiv. You like, you ain't do that right. How good would a lot of 80s and 90s players they could if they couldn't foul so much back then? See, that's the part you're not getting. They didn't foul so much back then. It wasn't fouling as much as it is they were allowed to play physically. My dude, if the offensive player can push you almost at will and as much as they want, and you can't give any type of resistance back to them, you know how easy scoring is? A lot of these dudes would not have been able to, cannot score right now if they call the rules the right way. You see what happened to the Suns? If they call the rules the right way, a lot of these players y'all think is good players, and without that advantage of being able to invade the defensive player's space without any repercussions, a lot of these guys wouldn't be doing as well as they doing. What the hell are you talking about? I play defense. I'm telling you right now, niggas turn into jump shot shooters. Once you embarrass them once or twice, they turn into jump shot shooters. That's the point in which I'm trying to make, OGK Network. They made the rules as such that the defensive player, like, you have to be an exceptional defensive player in order to be able to play good defense. Or you just have to be one of those people that just have the reputation that the referees that you get away with a little bit more than he might let that person get away with. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're a more active, you're known as a more active defender. OGK Network says that's why I got to give Marcus Smart some props to be the defensive player of the year in this league. Well, no. Well, first, yes. Whoever the defensive player of the league is in any league should probably get props, just so we be clear. But Marcus Smart could 100% play back in the 80s. He could play in the 80s. He could play in the 90s. He could play in any generation. Any era, pardon me. He could play in any era. Marcus Smart, any era. I wish he was a Knick. Tori Mosey says, true, but if they couldn't play physical back then, a lot of players couldn't score, wouldn't have existed. What are you talking about? True, but if they couldn't play physical back then, a lot of players who couldn't score. You mean there's players that had the... Okay, so I'm going to explain this one more time. I think you're looking at it the wrong way. I think you're looking at it like the offensive player is supposed to have advantages. When you allow for both parties to be able to be physical, the offensive player nor the defensive player has the advantage. The more physical player has the advantage. The player that gets... Okay, this is the best way I can put it. You know why they say you play defense with your feet and not your hands? Hold on. Put it in the chat. I want to see if anybody knows this answer. You want to know why they say you play defense with your feet and not your hands? Because if we're going to talk defense, I want to know if you know what the fuck you're talking about, with all due respect. You want to know why they say you play defense with your feet and not your hands? I'm going to clear this shit up real quick, because I'm going to give you an opportunity anybody an opportunity to respond. Put it in the chat. I'm coming right back. Do you know why they say you play defense with your feet and not your hands. It's more than one reason. I'll tell you two. I'll tell you the first one right off the rip, so I don't wait. So with your hands you're fouling, but that's not the one I'm talking about. Do you know why they say you play defense with your feet and not your hands? Be right back. I'm gonna grab this and put that over there. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to respond. Put it in the chat. I'm gonna tell you why. And when I tell you why, you're gonna understand what you just said doesn't necessarily have the same gravity you think it might. Get fruit? Yeah, I got some fruit. I don't know if anybody responded, so I'll just tell you to stay in front of the opposing defensive offense. Obviously, no. It's not about just staying in front. It's not about staying in front at all. It's about getting to the spot before the offensive player gets to the spot. It's about beating them to the spot. You understand what I'm saying? Look, the offensive player doesn't just have to move his body to the spot. He has to move the ball to the spot. He has to move the body and his ball. Pause, I guess. He can send the rock first, or he can send his body first. It doesn't matter. They both have to go together. You're not just staying in front of the defensive player. That's what you guys are doing. I'm not doing that. Me and other people who have quick feet and I guess good, whatever else, intuition, we're trying to beat the guy to the spot. Wherever the spot might be. No, wherever the spot might, I don't know what you're talking about, center of the court, the rim, whatever. The spot might be right there. The spot might be right there. I want to beat the guy to the spot. If I beat the guy to the spot, I got an opportunity to get a steal. If I beat the guy to the spot, I got an opportunity to make him go the other way and throw off their offense. So I want to beat him to the spot. I don't know where the spot might be. You know what I'm saying? The spot is going to be a step in this direction or a step in that direction. If I could figure out where the spot is, I can now make the offensive player go where I want him to go. I'll give you the best. I got a great example of that. Hold on, I got a great example. Let me show you this. I got a great example. It's me too, just so we can be clear. But I got a great example. It's me doing the thing. I'm going to go get the video. It's me doing the thing, myself. So it's literally me doing the thing I'm telling you about right now. Hold on. Is this it? No, that's not it. Hold on. Is this it? Yeah, right here. Now look. You see the guy? I'm going to beat him to the spot. First, you see how I beat him to the spot right there? He was going to go that way. I beat him to the spot. Now, I forced him to go the other way just so he could come back to the side he want to go on. Look at it again. Look. I wish it wasn't so blurry. Y'all can see it better. Watch. I'm in the orange shirt. We're going to start it back over. It's going to start back over right now. Guy's going to come to the top of the key. He's going to take the ball. I'm in the orange shirt. Blue guy right there gets the ball. Boom. Now he wants to go that way. I'm going to beat him to the spot. That quick. Then I beat him to that spot. And I made him come back to this side where I had the advantage. Because I know I be saying shit and people always like, Jack just be talking. You don't know. Nah, the shit I be telling you, I apply. You got to beat him to the spot. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. The center, the ball, the rim. I don't know about. Like, the spot is wherever the spot is. The spot for that guy was, he wanted to get to this hand over there. Well, actually, it's reversed. He wanted to get to this hand over there so he could get to that corner. I knew he wanted to get to that corner because I know that, he has limitations. So what did I do? I beat him to the spot. Made him go all the way. I made him go all the way that way and turn back around and loop all the way back around and go this way. That's just good defense, man. Okay, true. My original point was there was a lot of role players back then who couldn't play today. No, there wasn't. There was not a lot of role players back then. I disagree. That's what I'm saying. I disagree. I watch when I watch. Name me some people you consider to be role players. I bet you there's a ton of players you think is role players. They were not role players, man. I'm gonna explain something to you in 2 seconds. Defense with little offensive skills. I'm gonna explain something to you. How can there be less skilled players in the team or in the league that had less teams, so therefore had less players? In the era that is considered to be the golden age, I don't know if you want to call it the golden age of basketball. The 80s and 90s is considered to be the golden age of basketball, when basketball was at its peak as far as we are concerned. How are most of the players that's on the court in that time going to be role players, homie? Almost every player on almost every single one of those teams was a star in college. And almost every player back then was a star in college. Go look these guys up. Mark Aguirre, I'm going to tell you how crazy it was. Mark Aguirre was the man on Dallas. He was the man. I think he was their best player. He was like their best or their second best player when he was on Dallas. When they sent him to the Detroit Pistons, now he's behind Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Bill. Do you get it? So I got a different opinion than you on that. That's what I'm saying. I think that the way people are looking at it as, they played way too physical back then. I don't look at it like that. I look at it as that is closer to the way that basketball is supposed to be played. What we're doing right now is not what the way basketball is supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to. How is it a fucking contact sport and you can't touch the other guy at all damn near? It's a contact sport, yo. I'm at the park. I gotta teach these kids, you gotta push. What are you doing? How you gonna play defense if you're not pushing the other guy? I'm literally out there talking to the kids, screaming out, push, push, push. How you gonna play defense if you're not pushing the other guy? And I'm not saying push like this. I'm saying when a guy comes up to you and he's trying to get past you, you don't gotta move. I'm going to let y'all go. I think we had a pretty decent show for the most part. I'm actually liking this conversation also. It's just getting late. And we've devolved into talking about basketball. Bill Cartwright averaged 7 points and 5 rebounds. So you think he averaged 7 points and 5 rebounds because he couldn't score? Or you think he averaged 7 points and 5 rebounds because as good as he was, the people he was playing against was better? Now go look up who Bill Cartwright was and you'll find out he was one of the best shooting centers of his time after he got to Chicago. So you're going on stats. I'm going off of actually have seen the shit. And if you need to see it, you can literally go look into the archives. There's footage that is available. Also, did you ask what numbers Bill Cartwright was doing before he came to the Knicks? Also, did you know that Bill Cartwright had a history of having injuries? So that's another reason in which why his numbers was down. And did you also know that Bill Cartwright actually had a history of having an injury in the hand? So that might be why he couldn't shoot. And what he did shoot well when he got to the Bulls. But that might be why he wasn't putting up bigger numbers and scoring more points. And he had that weird. That's probably why his jump shot was weird. For everybody that don't know, Bill Cartwright used to shoot like this. Like Bill Cartwright used to shoot like this. Like nigga used to shoot weird. He used to get mad hand injuries. So you really, my dude. I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but are you just saying stuff? Like on a real note, are you just saying stuff? Are you just? Thank you. I appreciate you. You're just looking for content. I appreciate you, Tori Mosley. I'm not coming for you, by the way. I'm not coming for you, by the way. I just think that you don't understand the context of what we're discussing. I'm not coming for you. Bill Cartwright used to get injured so much. You know what Michael Jordan called him? Medical Bill. Michael Jordan called Bill Cartwright Medical Bill because he got injured so much. That's the guy's stat you want to take? That's the guy's stat you want to use. The guy that Michael Jordan called Medical Bill because he stayed injured. That's the guy's stat you want to use? You sure? That's the hill you want to die on? What the hell? And yes, if you name almost any player from the late 80s, 90s era, I'm probably going to know about them extensively. Just so we can be clear. Even Bill Cartwright. Even Bill, I'm probably going to know about them extensively. Even Bill Cartwright. Nah, no hard feelings at all. I would like to talk sports more often. Tori Mosley says you should call in one day. If you want to call in, we can put it together. And I'm late, but remember, 6ix9ine had Gunna and Future on the list of rappers that the feds told him was working with the government on the IG with academics. Funny how they both close to YSL. Well, Gunna's locked up, so he fucked up. He must have not have been listening to his programming. I don't know what to tell you. They must have said, Gunna, we need you to do a thing. And then Gunna said, you know what? Nah, I think I'm not going to do it. Not this time. Maybe next time. And they said, Gunna, we got these bracelets for you. He was like, I'm coming to get them. Wait, hold on. These is handcuffs. Yeah, you rat bastards. I'm going to let y'all go. First, thank you everybody for pulling up today. Shout out to the 64 people who already hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. It would be dope if we could get up to like 100 likes. I'll be trying to get up to 100 likes these shows. So whenever you get the opportunity, it would be dope if you could hit the like button. You know, if you appreciate the show, if you like the content. If you don't like the content, you ain't got to do shit. Maybe you don't know if you like the content. Maybe you just think Jack Frost is a cool nigga. You can hit the like button then. Also, shout out to everybody that did a drop today. I want to go back to calling out people's names. I missed that. I like calling out the names. Shout out to, I think, Jay Hedges, Sebastian Thompson, The Art of D Glass, and Samuel Vila. Definitely appreciate you guys. I appreciate Oli. I don't want nobody lie to you. We're going to be back in the morning. We're going to have some conversations about some things. Look, I appreciate everybody. I love all of y'all. I want all the positive things in the world for everybody. I'm going to try to be better. But at the same time, you got to understand, you know what? Life is good. All praises to the Most High. And let's be great by helping somebody else be great. Because when we're helping somebody else be the best them that they could be in that moment, we being the best us that we could be. Let's go out there and be great. If you got anybody still awake in your household, Give him a hug. Tell him you love him. Never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I don't know why I forgot to say it. Also, just so we can be clear, when we wake up in the morning, we want to drink water first. Also, drink a glass of water before going to bed. The first week or two, you might have your body might need to get adjusted. But if you drink a glass of water before going to bed and then also drink a glass of water when you wake up, it's like you doubling up on that shit. Tons of health benefits. So I'm just saying to do you obviously you don't got to do none of these things. But if you would like to have some improved health benefits, it's also helps get you more energy throughout the course of your day and whatnot. So make sure that you go about these things. That would explain. I used to drink a lot of water. Like, remember I told you I used to live by myself, so I know I didn't have money for soda and juice and shit like that, so I just drank water. Like, I literally, God dang it, that might be the reason in which why. God dang it. You know what? That makes sense. I'm gonna say something real quick. Us motherfuckers that was born in the 80s, we the last really healthy motherfuckers. We the last motherfuckers that was drinking water out of the fucking pump. We the last really healthy motherfuckers. And the reason why I say that is because nowadays we got so much of this weird shit in our food that we don't even know what we putting in our bodies. These GMOs and all this other shit. So I'm not knocking people or nothing like that. I'm just saying, just because of the way the world is now, we're the last generation that grew up on real food. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Boomers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. War with Casualties says, don't get off yet. Is there any particular reason? Or you just wanted to say, don't get off? I haven't seen you in a long time, War with Casualties. I'm not even sure you fuck with me. But why are you saying don't get off yet? Any specific reason? Or you just wanted to say that? You thought I was going to miss it? You just wanted to mess up the ending? Oh, no. If that's the reason, come back for morning coffee. I appreciate you pulling up. I'm not sure why you wasn't here for a long time, but I hope everything is well with you and yours. And we'll be back in the morning. Appreciate you. Everybody enjoy your day and have a good night. I'm out.